I've been photographing deep tribal Africa since 1986. I design these large mirrors and take them out on location and photograph reflections to reveal the way that people live with the rhythms and cycles of nature. I spend multiple years with the same tribe going back and re-photographing them and deepening the work that way. You know, it's sort of slow photography, slow art, not quickly done. And they end up explaining back to me what my work is about. And that just always blows my mind. Turkana women in northern Kenya, you see there's this movement, this integration with the people and the landscape. I spent 5 years photographing the Tuareg between 2005 and 2009. They dress the way desert dwellers have dressed for thousands of years, that is, to protect against sand, sun, heat, and wind. They know the stars in every seasonal position by heart. My father was a famous stained glass window designer, the only African-American stained glass window designer to have a major studio in the United States. Douglas Phillips was his name. He also inspired me to, to break the rules in a way, not necessarily to see that photography had to replicate what our eyes saw, but I could interpret it. I grew up in the Bay Area. My mother brought me out here with her second husband when I was 2.5. We lived in East Oakland. I went to Oakland High. So, and I've been in the studio in this building since 1986. Over the years, certainly the neighborhood has changed a lot, and Oakland has changed a lot. It's being gentrified. I mean, it's changing so much. The culture that I knew is gone. We used to have the roll-up door open and no locks on the front door of the building, even though there's over 20 artist studios in here. Individual artists, we work alone in our space, and we need time to dream. We need time to imagine and to sort of cast our vision onto these walls. These walls are 24 feet tall. We used to have affordable workspaces. We don't anymore. We don't. That's over. And we used to have live workspaces, even though Oakland sort of looked the other way in the old days. And now with what's happened with, certainly with Ghost Ship, we have to rent a studio space, and then we also have to rent housing. Even if we're a successful artist, and I'm a reasonably successful artist, there's no way I can keep up. I threw tens of thousands of dollars away last year, lining the pockets of property owners, not being able to reinvest in my work. I've spent $10,000 over the last 4 years paying moving companies to haul my stuff from A to B because they wanted to move back in, or they wanted to sell, or they were jacking up the rent. I cannot compete with the tech economy. And I woke up one morning and I said, Elisabeth, you can't do this anymore. You're just throwing your money out the window. The last place that I lived and loved was France. And I found a house almost 3,000 square feet on 5 acres, an hour and a half from Paris, for $750 a month. And that's my new home. It's hard enough to leave your home, to be asked to move out year after year. I wasn't going to do this. But then you leave your home, like your state, your Bay Area. It's hard. It's really hard. To young artists, sadly, I would say, look at a map of the United States, figure out where there's more housing than there are people to fill those places, and start some kind of new cooperative. Find space that will open you to your creativity and not hold you back, not stress you out. There's a stress factor here that's too much. That's not worth it.